chances. If you're looking for that. Oh, I love it. Thank you for recording it, whoever just hit that. I'm always like, am I supposed to be recording? All right, you guys. So my name's Renita. I'm over in Bismarck, North Dakota in the USA. We are so thankful for Lifewave. We've been part of Lifewave for 2 years and 3 months. And wow, wow, wow. Have we seen amazing miracles and heard amazing testimonies literally around the world. So we're having all kinds of fabulous, amazing, um, you know, miracles happening with people's health and their bodies, their physical bodies, their mental states are changing, and also their financial states are changing. So we're going to be discussing specifically the X39 patch today. I will touch on all of the patches, and then we also want to talk about the business opportunity because Lifewave is a 20-year-old company that pretty much no one has heard of. And my husband, Scott, he's a financial planner here in the United States. And he says, Renita, a financial opportunity is only a financial opportunity when not everybody knows about it. Once the world knows, that financial moment has been gone, right? So since nobody knows, we go talk to 10 people, usually 10 out of 10 have never heard of it. If you say, have you heard of X39? Many people are struggling with their health. They're praying for a solution. Many people are seeking alternative solutions right now. And we have the answer, which is so fabulous. What a place to be, right, guys? All right, I'm just going to get right into it. I think that I can just go right along and screen share. If you're brand new on here, could you just comment that you're brand new? I'd love to know if there's any new guests today. Type in the comment, I'm new, I'm here. And type who invited you. I always love to know who's inviting new guests. Because the only way that this patch is going to help affect more lives if we are the ones sharing it. So we've got to open our mouths and tell the people and tell the others, right? It's like if you've had a miracle, go tell the others so that they can have their miracle. So the first thing I'm going to show you, I'm actually going to go to Facebook right now. For those of you that are just brand new, we actually have a Facebook group called Lifewave Wellness Warriors. The reason I'm showing this first is there's amazing things in here for you to gather. First of all, there's 10,000 members. So if you are wondering, hey, is this going to help my headaches? Is this going to help my body aches? Is this going to help my blood sugar, right? Alondra, what is it going to help? You can literally come into this group. You can click on this little search bar here and you can type in headache, migraine, whatever you got, and you will see dozens and dozens of testimonies. So I love this group for that reason. Also, you can ask questions. I know you guys have an amazing WhatsApp group. I love that. But I will tell you there's power in numbers, and you guys are just getting started over there. So I feel like there's maybe, 200 people in that WhatsApp group. Over here, we've got 10,000. So it's 10,000 testimonies, right, guys? So there's power in numbers with this. Also, the reason I took you here is because my husband, Scott, just downloaded the brand new all patch Google Slides for you and your team. So if you've not seen that and downloaded that, you can use that at your convenience. And then also we have the Google Slides that you can download that are just the X39 patch only and the opportunity. So today we're going to use this one right here. It's called All Patch Google Slides. And I should note on here, you guys, that they're also, if you keep going along the top here under featured, there is a 36-minute Lifewave overview with the brand new packages on there. And that's recorded for you to be able to share with your loved ones. If you don't quite understand it all or you don't know what to say, this is a great duplicatable resource to say, here's my friend and business partner, Renita, and she explains the patches and what they can do for you, and of course, the financial opportunity. So we are going to go with this one right here. That's the All Patch Google Slides. We're just going to open that up. I'm taking you directly there so that you guys know that these tools are available to you as well. So this is not just like something that Renita and Scott have. We want you to know that you have access to all this. You can use the entire presentation. You can dissect it and use part of it if you don't like part. Totally up to you. This is your business. This is your opportunity. So you decide what's right for you. So we're going to get right into it. The question is, have you been patched yet? Have you been patched yet? And if you haven't been patched yet, today is a blessed day for you because you're about to find out how you can start patching. I love it. Thank you. We've got a new guest on here, invited by Belinda. Thank you for showing up today. We appreciate your time. So thank you for attending this quick presentation, talk to Belinda and she will definitely help get you started on these patches. So all Lifewave products are free from drugs, chemicals, and stimulants. We do not claim to treat, cure, prevent disease. Now, with that being said, I will tell you that God designed your body to heal. Okay, how many of you believe that? Like, we are actually healing machines. I don't know if you realize there's really two faucets of medicine happening right now. One is that old allopathic, big, pill for every ill, injections, slicing, dicing, surgeries, all of that. And I'm not saying that's not necessary at times, but that has been the model, the very broken model, because if it worked, we'd have a lot of healthy people and we've got a lot of sick people going on in the world, right? So that is the allopathic model. And then there's the new model that we're part of called regenerative medicine. So you are actually part of helping the body to regenerate and rebuild and restore and renew itself when you put these patches on. So again, we can't claim to treat, cure, prevent disease. Only the big drug cartel can do that, but we can tell you that God designed your body to heal. And when you give it specific frequencies of light, that's exactly what's going to happen. So this whole journey for me started not with my own health. I didn't have a health concern. It started with my mom and my dad. And I'm not sure if anybody on here has aging parents or grandparents or aunts and uncles or neighbors that we're thinking of. I always say we want our elderly to age well, right? Honorable and feeling good with energy and vitality. And so my mom about almost 8 years ago was diagnosed with Parkinson's. And we tried the medical allopathic model. I took her to the best hospitals in the US, the Mayo Clinic, University of Minnesota, and they pretty much diagnosed and adiosed. That's what happened there. They were not solution oriented. They said, take the drug. If it works, great. And if not, there's really nothing we can do. And so I left that thinking there's got to be solutions. And the Lord really put on my heart, I'll be honest, I'm a solution-minded person. We all have problems. Everyone's got something going on in their lives, right? But what is the solution? And when we change our mind from focusing on the problem to the solution, it's amazing how our life just expands with God's goodness. So instead of focusing on that we didn't have a solution, I started focusing on what is the solution? Where are solutions to help my mother? And so for the last 8 years, I've really been in the trenches helping her with this neurological condition. And it just so happened that 2 years and 3 months ago, a friend of mine out of Canada who was a nurse, so thank you to all the nurses in the group here, the nurse called me and said, Renita, you got to try this patch on your mom. She said it totally helped my neighbor lady with Parkinson's. She said it was downright miraculous. That was Doris's words. And I said, well, Doris, you had me at miraculous, girl. And so we started mom on the patch, and she had just sent the patches in a baggie. So I didn't even know exactly what they were, but you just trust people, right? So like someone invited you on here, you trust them to get on here and listen to this. And so I just trusted Doris because she's like a wise old owl, and got my mom started on the patches. Probably wasn't even wearing them correctly, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. My mom comes from that old generation where she's just going to wear the patch until it floats in the bathtub. And then she'll put a fresh one on. And so that was mom. And it was on the 11th day, you guys, we got over to the house and my mother was walking without her walker. She had not used that walker for 2.5 years. She'd been walking with that walker at 8 a.m. In addition to that, she had not cooked breakfast for 2.5 years. And so I walked in that morning and my mom, walking across the kitchen, says, hey, Nita, do you want me to make you some eggs? And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, who are you? Like, what's going on over here? And so I said, Mom, where's the walker? She said, it's in the bedroom. I said, since when don't you need it? At 8 a.m. She goes, well, I didn't need it today. And I thought, holy Moses, like we are onto something. So, and it's funny because we're dog lovers over here for all the animal lovers in the house. I always say there's animal lovers and then there's everybody else. But the patches are amazing for your pets. So if you have dogs, cats, horses, birds, we've seen miracle after miracle with our pets. The second miracle I saw, so that was my mom on the 11th day. The second was my father. He was sitting at the kitchen table that morning. Mom was bebopping through the kitchen, going to make eggs. And my dad was sitting there with these oozing, goozing legs you see there on the left. And we had been doctoring for 6 months with those bad boys. I had taken him to Mayo Clinic, University of Minnesota, all the major health, authorities, to no avail. I mean, no change. Then I started taking him to homeopaths and naturopaths and chiropractors. And so he was on very expensive supplements, which were doing absolutely nothing. Seriously, like he was diligent on it. We were juicing every day. I mean, we were like in it to win it. And long story short, the legs would not stop oozing. They were so swollen. You can see them there, just very edemic, very swollen. And I tell you what, that morning when we were sitting there, I said, Dad, can we try a patch on you? He said, I thought the patch was for Parkinson's. I said, you know what? I honestly have no idea what it's for. But if it did that to Mom, I said, maybe there's a chance it could stop that oozing that we can't get a handle on. And he said, let's give it a try. So we threw it on my dad, and my dad was actually a one-patch miracle, a one-patch wonder, we call it. And I wish that everyone would be, because your belief goes through the roof when you experience a one-patch wonder. Some of you on here have experienced that either with yourselves or people around you. And it is very inspirational when you see someone's physical body change like that over a 24-hour period. So when I got back the next morning, my dad opened the front door. I looked down. His little tiny chicken legs were back, which I hadn't seen in 6 months. And he said, looks like that sticker worked. Where can I get some more stickers? And I was like, you've got to be kidding. We spent an arm and a leg on all different types of drugs and supplements, and nothing worked. And this one little tiny patch, this little tiny X39 patch, is what changed my family's life. So I pray, I believe in the Lord. And on July 3rd of 2022, I woke up literally with this voice in my spirit saying, you're stepping into an abundant season of miracles. And I simply stood up to my feet and I said, yes, Lord. Like I was like reporting for like duty or something. And that is exactly what we've seen, you guys. So we've got a miracle inbox, and I pray that for you. This is my friend Penny's hands. She dealt with those hands for 7 years that you see on the left there. And on the right, she sent me that picture 5 days later. And she said, I'm going to tell the world about this patch. That poor woman had struggled for 7 years with those hands. And one patch, 5 days into it, changed everything, you guys. So it's also not just for old people with bad skin, okay? I want you to know, if you're on here and you're saying, well, I'm not old and I don't got skin problems, perfect. Then you're like me. I really didn't have a major health ailment. I do like better, faster, fitter, stronger. I do want to feel young as I age. I do want to live my best health. I've got a health goal. I told my team last night here in the United States, I said, what happens with people is they don't have a goal of what their lives are going to look like in their 60s, their 70s, their 80s, their 90s, and their 100s. They don't set a goal for that. So what happens is after retirement, I always say retirement should mean refirement. You get back into the fire of things you're passionate about. But bottom line is they don't have a goal. And so what happens is they become mercy to this medical juggernaut waiting for their next doctor's appointment. It's literally like a web. Like they get you caught in the web and they just schedule your next doctor's appointment, right? So you're caught, like, I feel like some old people's purposes are the next doctor's appointment, right? Oh, I got to go to the doctor on Tuesday, see what he says. As if they live with you 24/7 and really know you, which they don't. Okay, guys. And so remember, they're in practice. It's a practice, right? It's a medical practice. And so I feel like your best doctor is you. And just taking ownership and control of your health. But my advice to you is get a vision for what your health, and if you're in your 20s watching this, say, what are my 30s going to look like and feel like? What is my body going to be like when I'm 40? What do I want it to be like? Right? And start imagining best case scenarios and start writing on paper what your goals are. This is so powerful to think about, because generally when you get a vision for your life, your actions will align. I think the problem with a lot of people is they don't know. They don't know what they're going to be like, And I always say, it's not for certain that that's going to happen if you write it on a sheet of paper and have a goal, but it's more likely to happen. Let's just say that it's more likely to happen. So my son, Bo, 24 years old, when he was in college, he was like literally a record breaker here in the United States. He broke some national records, literally fastest kid in the nation at the Junior Olympics in Chicago. And anyway, bottom line, the kid is super fast, super healthy. but was definitely dealing with overuse injuries as an athlete because they were running like 60 to 70 miles a week. His feet sometimes would not stop bleeding. The training room at these colleges in the US, they just give them handfuls of pills, handfuls of ibuprofen, handfuls of acetaminophen. They give them steroid patches, right? They give them all these things that are not healthy for their bodies. And my son Bo was sick of it. He said, Mom, I'm sick of these kids. Their stomach always hurts in the training room because they're just handing out ibuprofen like it's just jelly beans. It's crazy. And so Bo really said, he really grabbed hold of the phototherapy technology and said, I'm going to wear the patch. And Bo, you guys, my son Bo became faster and faster and faster. The last semester of college, literally, he had the fastest track season of his 5-year college career. Every event he was breaking a record, the one from the race before. And they came in with NCAA and they even drug tested him 3 times. 3 times they drug tested him in a semester because they thought he was doping. Nope, he wasn't doping, he was patching. So we love the patch for people that want to be super duper healthy as well. A little bit about the background. David Schmidt is the CEO and inventor of the patch. He actually is a genius. I love that he prays before he goes into the lab. He's probably the most humble genius you'll ever meet. He's amazing. He really cares deeply about stopping disease in people's bodies and reversing aging. I mean, that is his passion. And he actually created the technology of phototherapy, the patches. He started 20 years ago with the energy enhancer that I'm holding here. The energy enhancer is actually a patch that was used and created for the Navy SEALs. So I'm not sure if you guys know who the Navy SEALs are. Maybe somebody on here is a Navy SEAL. I don't know. I'm not an Army Ranger. I'm not a Navy SEAL. But I'm like, if the Navy SEALs were wearing these bad boys and having tremendous sustained energy, I think we probably should put them on. Anyway, bottom line is that's where the technology started. Fast forward to 2008, David Schmidt said, you know what, we're going to start focusing on stem cell research. Stem cell research seems to be the way of the future. It seems to be the way the body's really can heal itself. But he did not want to do an injection. How many of you guys know anytime you put a needle in your body, there's a risk for infection, right? It's expensive. I don't know if you guys know much about stem cells, but they're costly, and they're hard to come by in the United States. You usually have to travel internationally to get them. Anyway, David said, let's figure out a way to activate our body's own innate ability to create these stem cells, and let's do it with light. And you guys, this is the X39 patch that probably somebody invited you on today and said, hey, have you heard of the X39? So David took 10 years and $4.5 million of research and development to bring to market that X39 patch. And that patch is very special because it activates a peptide in our body called GHKCU. And when I first heard that, I had no idea what that was. So I Googled it. I'm like, what's GHKCU? And when it came up and it said it's the holy grail of anti-aging, I was like, stop the train. I'm going to need that, right? And so right here's what our patent says. It says an apparatus. So this is considered a phototherapy apparatus. We are a technology company. I want you guys to understand this. We're not just a patch company. We're actually a technology company. This is a phototherapy technology, guys. Okay, so the apparatus that causes a beneficial effect, at least by providing phototherapy, light therapy, to a human body, and for some embodiments as a result of elevating that copper peptide, there it is, including activation of stem cells. Raise your hand if this is exciting for you as I go through this. Like to including activation of stem cells. Raise your hand. Okay, we got a couple people. Okay. And if your hand's not up, we just need to put a patch on you real quick to get you up to speed with your brain. Okay. Improvements in energy. Raise your hand. Who wants that? Yeah, some of you want that. Elevation of antioxidants. They fight aging and disease. Come on, we all want that. Reduction in inflammation. We know that long-term inflammation causes disease. We know this, right? How about management of pain? Maybe you have pain. Maybe you're married to a pain. I don't know. They probably need a patch. They probably need a patch. Okay. Improvements in stamina. Who needs improvements in stamina? Instead of walking lethargically up the steps, you run up the steps like a superhero. I sometimes get to the top of the steps and I cheer. I'm like, that was easy, right? Elevation of collagen production. That means we're looking younger, guys. And collagen, by the way, is not just the outward. Collagen makes up every single artery, vein, like literally our insides, our organ systems are made of collagen. Okay, so do we want that to be more or less? More. Okay, and then improve wound healing, which I showed you. So the bottom line is this patented technology is so incredible. It's so cool. There's nothing like it in the world. We don't have any competition. The second day I was on a Zoom meeting, much like this, that I had started with Lifewave, and there was a medical doctor, and he held up this book. This is the front and the back of a book. And he held up this book and he said, if you're part of Lifewave, you should read this book. So I hit the buy button because I'm like, I'm part of Lifewave. I don't even know much about this GHKCU peptide other than it's the holy grail of anti-aging, right? And so I bought the book and I was astounded what this book said, you guys. It was unbelievable. You just got to get the book. And if you don't like to read, just read the back cover. Here's the back cover right here. Okay. Does anyone want to fight pain and anxiety? Does anybody want to improve 700 nervous system genes? I feel like our world's a nervous wreck. we need some improvement in the nervous system genes, right? How about reduces fibrinogen? Fibrinogen is that excessive clotting factor that people are having problems with and having heart attacks and even dying, right? Fibrinogen levels are too high post-vaccine, post-COVID. So all that's going to happen is when you put this patch on, please know that GHKCU peptide naturally reduces fibrinogen. Wow, so cool, right? How about causes the differentiation of unused stem cells? How about repairs damaged DNA? Do any of you have any of that? Has anybody abused your body in the last 30, 40, 50 years? Okay, I think we all need it. You get the point. If you don't like to read the back cover and get the book and turn to page 206. 206, when I read page 206, it was like, I read it like 50 times. It was that good. Okay. Page 206 in the book will change your life. All right. So we have 95 clinical studies for all the health experts in the room. If you're a nurse, doctor, chiropractor, or you just love studies, we've got 95 of them in our back office. So this has not only got 180 patents, it's got 95 clinical studies. David Schmidt is actually launching 5 more at the upcoming 20th anniversary celebration coming up, which I hope you guys are all attending virtually. If you can't be there in person, you got to attend virtually. Have a watch party. Get all your friends together. Say, you got to see what I'm part of, because I'm going to be looking young and spry like a chicken, and you're going to be getting like an old gray mare. And we need to be in this together. So you better get to my house and watch what's going on over here. All right. So stem cells are incredible. And I'm going to give you a little education, but the New England Journal of Medicine and a lot of journals now have said that the number one indicator of how healthy we are, how well we are, is directly correlated to this number of stem cells in our blood. You guys know that? It's the number one indicator how healthy we are. It's like a pretty important number, right? And because stem cells can become anything in the body. Like when you have a stem cell, it can become an eyeball, it can become an ACL, it can become part of your pancreas. Stem cells can repair and regenerate literally every organ system. And when we're young, we've got a lot of these, a billion of them, right? Circulating through the bloodstream. And that's why we heal so fast when we're young. But by age 30, you've got a 60% reduction of stem cell activity. Okay, 60%. If you're age 50, I'm close to 50. That means I've got a 75% reduction of stem cell activity. And that's why it takes longer to get better. That's why when you hurt yourself, it takes longer to repair and recover generally. You know, you're getting gray hair probably, you know, maybe you're falling prey to some of these metabolic diseases. And so this starts to happen because we don't have the regenerative capabilities like we did when we were teenagers. All of that changes the moment we put X39 on. Like it literally is a game changer. Like boom, just change the game, right? I should tell you one more thing. You know, you could be on here and maybe you're not older, maybe or wiser. Let's just call it what it is, wiser. Maybe you're on here and you're 25 and you say, Renita, I'm pretty young. I don't need these things. Apparently my stem cells are rocking and rolling. Well, guess what else decreases stem cells in the body? Chronic inflammation. So I'm not sure if any of you have that, but if you have had inflammation for longer than 3 months, that would be considered chronic, my friends. So we need to get a handle on that. I've seen so many people between the ages of 14 and 25 that struggle with anxiety, depression, ADHD, all of these inflammatory conditions of their brain, sometimes of their gut, many times with their skin, right? So all of that. I mean, I had a young girl the other day get a hold of me. She said, I've been on anxiety medication since I've been 17. I'm 23. And after 2 months of wearing this X39, I want you to know my doctor took me off my anxiety medication. And I am all about a mission on my life. A purpose for me is getting people off illegal drugs. Okay. Just going to let you know that. And so when people call me and tell me that they're able to reduce or eliminate medications, like I pretty much cry and jump up and down. Like it's so awesome. And so keep in mind that if you're not getting older, which we all are, you could have chronic inflammation, and that is like a Pac-Man to those stem cells. So either way, you need to improve the stem cell creation in the body. So how this X39 works, it's a proprietary form of phototherapy. Phototherapy means light therapy. Remember, nothing is entering your body when you put the patch on except for light. So if you're saying, what's coming in from this patch? Light. Different frequencies and spectrums of light are what come into the body depending on what patch you wear. Okay. So like it says there, it reflects your own body light to activate, non-transdermal, nothing's leaching in. There's no drugs, chemicals, or stimulants. There's no stem cells coming in from the patch. Simply light is activating healing mechanisms in our body. Very non-invasive. So I love that it's for men, women, children, dogs, cats, horses. Like we have people patching their babies and toddlers, right? So we see amazing benefits because, again, you're not ingesting a drug, which has to be filtered through your stomach, liver, or kidneys. You're simply putting the patch topically on your body, and it's literally reflecting your own body light. And that light that's coming in is activating a healing mechanism. So it's very easy to wear. You wear 12 hours on, you take it off for 12 hours, you throw the patch away when you're done. Some people say, can I wear it again? I'm like, well, it's not very hygienic. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I would say just do a new patch. And the reason I'd say do a new fresh patch is because when David Schmidt did these 95 clinical studies and we saw all these fabulous results of healing, he always used a fresh patch every day. You know what I mean? So it's great to use a fresh patch each day. Drink plenty of water. I'm drinking electrolytes here. I've got lemon water with salt. Come on, baby. That's what I'm drinking this morning. So I'm crazy about electrolytes because electrolytes are like electrons and light is like we're very, very electrical as human beings. Our heart functions on a sodium potassium electrical pump, right? That's why if you would die, they don't just, breathe on you. What do? They jumpstart you with those cables, right? Because when you get that jumpstart, that electric shock activates our heart. And so the bottom line is electrolyte. We want to make sure that we're plenty of electrolytes. So you'll heal much faster. The patch will work much more quickly. And these are the benefits we see. I think you get the point. It's just awesome. Okay, top to bottom, it's just awesome. But you won't know unless you put a patch on, right? And so get the patch on as soon as possible. I mean, I love this slide. I think that everybody should see this because I feel like we've got a major mental health crisis in our world. I mean, everybody, young to old, top to bottom, government bodies. Can we get a patch for every person in politics, please? Anyway, the bottom line is there's a lot of brain inflammation, right? And so this was a 77-year-old woman. And I'll tell you, my 23-year-old son had this. He came home from college and he was not well because he was very, very anxiety ridden because he was one of the only 2 kids who didn't get the vaccine on his track team. So he caught a lot of hell for that. And but he was just not himself when he came back home from college. And when he put the patch on the 8th day, he said to me, Mom, I think there's something to this patch. My brain just feels better. I don't have that low-grade headache anymore. And he said, I just feel like I'm thinking straighter and stronger. He said, there's really something to this. Now, that's a 23-year-old. This picture right here is a 77-year-old who lacked brain coherence. Brain coherence is what you want. That means all the areas of the brain are functioning at the proper areas. There's a proper functioning between the brain and the nervous system, right? And so we see that there's a big, big disconnect in our world with this. This woman had so much red and inflammation. You can see it there in session 1. Session 2, 3 weeks on X39, guys. All of the red is gone. We want the more balanced blues. The more balanced blues that we have throughout, the better the brain's going to be. So I encourage you guys, get on the patch. I'm not saying it's going to cure everything, but I can tell you what, it's going to help your mental state so that you feel like you're just like thinking better. Like my son said, Mom, my brain, it just feels better, right? He couldn't even quantify it. He just was like, I just feel different in my head, I feel better, right? So I feel like a lot of people need that. And again, the longer you wear the patch, the better it gets. If you have not gone to the website, you should jot this down if you're brand new. Thisisitinfo.com. This is it info.com. It's a great website. You can go there and listen to doctors and David Schmidt and several videos, literally hundreds of testimonies. When you go to This Is It Info and you click on testimonies, you can listen to hundreds of them. Isn't that great? So David Schmidt tells you that this is not just another anti-aging product. We're actually reversing age here. I'm going to spend just about 30 seconds to a minute explaining all the other patches. I'm going to tell you the most important patch knowledge that you have is the X39, because that is the patch you will always lead with when you're talking to somebody. That is the patch that does the most things for the most people, okay? X49 is another great patch. It elevates AHK-CU, which is a sister peptide to that GHK-CU that we talked about. But AHK is really good for blood flow, heart health, increasing your bone density, increasing lean muscle mass. A lot of athletes love it for muscle recovery. And it actually acts as a Faraday cage to reduce cell phone radiation over our bodies. So a great thing to be wearing, especially if you're out in public, if you live in an apartment complex, if you're at college, if you're in the airplane, right, which is very high radioactivity going on up there. All that very, very important. Energy enhancer, we talked about it. It actually uses fat to improve and balance your energy. So that's what the Navy SEALs used. It's a 2-patch system, so you always wear the white on the right and the tan on the left, okay? Great patch. I love it. That actually helps you to burn 30% more fat during a workout. So if you're a person on here who loves to work out, get the energy enhancer, put it on before you go for that walk. Eon reduces inflammation, cortisol, and it also actually helps to really increase something called superoxide dismutase, which really helps the body to clean itself better. It actually pulls the body back to a balanced state hormonally. So we see a lot of great things with any people that have autoimmune diseases do really, really well on the Eon patch with the X39. Also, Eon is great if you're on here today and you say, Renita, I've got this dis-ease. I've got that dis-ease. What's it going to do for this dis-ease? It doesn't matter about the name. What I'm going to tell you is if you've had chronic inflammation, put on the Eon patch coupled with the X39 and the results will happen faster. Icewave is a powerful, effective solution to getting rid of pain in seconds. It's a 2-patch system like the energy enhancer. You do the white on the right and the tan on the left. If you have systemic pain, there's also something called the clock method. You can talk to who invited you on here and they'll share with you how to do the clock method. Glutathione, master antioxidant in the body. It's required by every single cell to detox heavy metals. Listen, there is a plethora of heavy metals falling from the sky right now. I don't know if you guys know this. So it's so important that our glutathione levels are high. This patch increases our glutathione 300% average within 24 hours. Do you guys know if you take an oral glutathione supplement, it won't do that? It'll increase it about 13% in a month. If you put our patch on, you're going to have an average of a 300% increase in 24 hours. Some people during the study had a 600% increase. SP6, talk to Alondra. She knows all about this one. This is a great patch for combating cravings. It increases organ functioning up to 98% in most of our organs. It's only to be worn on the left side of the body. If you're dealing with blood sugar regulation issues, I really love X39 with SP6. I might even bring an energy enhancer in there to help you burn more fat. So I love SP6 and X39 for any blood sugar issues. Silent Night increases melatonin naturally. Takes about 4 to 6 weeks to do that. So you want to wear it consistently and persistently, okay? Melatonin, along with glutathione, are the 2 most probably biggest antioxidants that our bodies need to fight disease. When we have adequate melatonin, we combat cancer. When we have adequate melatonin, we don't get neurological conditions. People that get neurological conditions generally are not sleeping well. And that's because their melatonin is being affected by all the blue light that we're looking at. Whole nother story. get the patch on. Carnosine increases the neurological properties. It just makes you strong. Okay, it's awesome. I love carnosine. I have 3 sleeves of them on my desk right here. I love the carnosine patch because carnosine literally turned me into a superhero. So you can put it on any of these spots. By the way, there was these little images along the way on this presentation where you can put the patch to help it work more effectively. Those are acupressure points. Okay, guys? So if you know somebody with something neurological or something where they have neuropathy, I really love X39 and carnosine together. Elavita, oh my gosh, you guys just got Elavita not too long ago, maybe 3-4 months ago. It was launched in your country in South Africa, but this peptide is literally responsible for the fountain of youth. And what it does, it actually helps you to get into the REM stages of sleep where your body can regenerate and repair. This will make you to have very vivid dreams. And I always tell people, if you're not dreaming, you're not cleaning. That brain is not cleaning itself. There's something called, you've heard of autophagy, right? That which is the body cleans itself, right? And so we have something called the glymphatic system that works at night when we're sleeping, when we're dreaming. So when you're dreaming, you're cleaning. And so if you're not dreaming, put the Elavita patch on at night and wear X39 during the day and start dreaming again so your body and your brain can actually clean itself. And of course, all of our patches are awesome for animals. We love the animals, and we've got lots of veterinarians on the team. And so we've got amazing, miraculous stories with our pets. So love that. Get excited about electrolytes. I talked about that already. Why electrolytes are important, because they do a lot to help maintain the voltage and carry those electrical impulses in our body. Okay. They're crucial for contraction and function of our muscle tissues. Look at what it says in number 6. They play an important role in the synthesis of RNA and DNA. So when we start to heal, we need more electrolytes, period. All right, guys, we're talking about the money now. If you got on here for the health and you don't care about the money, you're free to leave right now. But if you want to hear about how this can impact your family's finances, stay put for the next 10 minutes. This is awesome, by the way. Lifewave's a 20-year-old company, but it's like a startup because no one's heard of it. And 20 years ago, the company started with the Navy SEALs. They were doing about $20 million a year with the energy enhancer and the Icewave patches. But everything changed when David Schmidt launched X39. And when that happened in 2021, the company just snowballed. I mean, literally in, 320 million. And then last year in 2023, 430 million. And now this year in 2024, we're projected to do over $600 million. It's a debt-free company. And the owner is the CEO, is David Schmidt. He's the original owner. This is not owned by some investment group, right? That doesn't care about people. This person that owns this company is the guy who created the patches in his kitchen for the Navy SEALs 20 years ago. So I tell you what, there's something about an owner that is present and in the game and in the field with us. There's something about that instead of just being owned by an investment group, right? Which really don't know the people. And so we love that David is such an integral part of this. We feel like it's very, very special. And, I'll just be honest. We're not like anything else. We don't have any competition. Your biggest competition is you. The overanalyzing something. We don't have competition. We're not another collagen product. We're not another CBD. We're not, and those products are great. Nothing against them. But the bottom line is we are unique. And people are going to seek you out to get on this patch when they realize what it can do for them. Okay, guys? This is where we are right now. We are the #1 momentum company in the world in direct sales. So I don't know if you've ever read Business for Home. It used to be a magazine. The guy who owned it owns Success Magazine as well. And so he looks at all the companies globally. And guess what? I mean, we are #1 in momentum. We just were named the Bravo Award Growth Company. So Bravo is probably the most prestigious award given in direct sales and network marketing annually globally. We just won it. We're the #1 growth company. Literally for the last 4 years, over and over and over, we are growing, right? So over 3,000% growth in that 4 years. And some moments of that, it was 6,000% growth. So, I mean, it's just really incredible. The trajectory is straight up. So what's most important to you? Is it your family, your freedom? I'll tell you what, it's all important to me, all of it. How many of you love freedom? Raise your hand. I love the freedom to choose what I want to do with my health. How many of you love the idea of financial freedom? I got news for everybody. When you make more money, you've got more options, which leads to more freedom. Right? When you're broke and sick, sometimes it's tough and you're at the mercy of what, your government or your doctors are doing to you. And for me, I'm like, nope, back away. I'm going to choose. So how we share this incredible blessing of this patch is literally we share because we care. And generally we're wearing, so if you have not seen how easy this is, if you can see me right there, this is the patch. Okay. I'm going to take the back of the patch off. There's 30 patches per sleeve. Okay. And I'm going to put that anywhere in my body. I'm going to put it on the base of my neck today because I haven't had it there in a couple of days. All right. So right there. And really I'm wearing. And so when people ask me, what is that on my neck? I'm sharing because I care. Got it? Wearing, sharing, and caring. So these are the 3 packages you can get started with for the wholesale pricing. I don't know if you guys like to save money, but I certainly do. Eggs over here are really expensive. I buy those free range ones. They're $9 a carton now. 9. It's crazy. I used to buy eggs for $2 a carton. Anyway, so money matters and saving money matters for our family because I have 3 boys and my one son eats 7 eggs every morning for breakfast. True story. Okay. So like we're going through eggs fast over here. I think I need to get some chickens. Okay. But they're not allowed in my development. Anyway, or I just need to make more money to buy eggs. So anyway, saving money is a really good thing, especially if you have a family. These are the 3 wholesale packages, right? The first package is $295 about. It's going to be slightly different where you guys are at, depending on where you're watching from. Advanced is going to be $535 US, and the premium package is going to be $1,750. And what I would tell you is start with what's right for your family. And you can always upgrade. You can start with a smaller pack, and when you're ready, you can upgrade to the next kit. And that pack you'll just pay the difference in price and get the difference in patches. So it's really nice that you can stair step at convenient, whatever's convenient for you. I will tell you this, as soon as you enroll at a wholesale package, the core, the advanced, or the premium, as soon as you enroll in one of these, you automatically can always purchase at wholesale. So that's really fabulous because again, we're saving money. We like to save money. The second thing that happens when you buy at that wholesale brand partner pricing is that you get your own website. And if you want to use it and share it with others so they can get started on the patches, fantastic. You might as well make enough money to pay for your patches every month, right? And then the third thing is they give you a free app called the Lifewave In Touch app. So you've got wholesale pricing anytime you order, whenever you order. You've got your own website if you want to take advantage of that and start sharing because you care. And number 3, you've got that free app. So that all happens as soon as you purchase any one of these packages. Okay. And if you are going to start working the business, it's very, very important that you're on a monthly auto shipment. Now, down here, a 1 sleeve of these X39 a month, that's going to keep your account active so your points don't flush. If you're on here today and you're saying, Renita, I want to build a business, then you definitely want to be on a 2 sleeve subscription. The 2 sleeves could be 2 sleeves of Eon. It could be 2 sleeves of Icewave. It could be 1 sleeve of X39 and 1 sleeve of Icewave. You just need 110 points. Okay, guys? And when you do that, that maxes out the 6 different ways of earning. Okay, so we're talking about the 6 ways of making money now. Now, I will tell you if you get started with the premium or you upgrade to the premium package, it automatically keeps you active for 3 consecutive months. So you don't need to do any orders for 3 months. All right? Keeps you automatically active. Okay. After that 3-month mark, then yes, place another order so that your points don't flush and so that you still can maximize the compensation plan if you're earning. These bonuses up here, when someone goes to your website and orders, you got a PIB, it's called product introduction bonus. So when you share your website with somebody and they go there and they buy that core package, you're going to earn $35. When they go and buy the advanced package at your website, you're going to earn $75. And if they say, you know what, I'm really serious about this, like I want to make a lot of money and help a lot of people, everybody I know is hurting, then guess what? Get the premium package, or when they buy the premium package, you're going to receive $405 PIB. Okay, so that's it's kind of a first order bonus. It's the first way of making money with Lifewave so you can start recouping your initial investment, right, guys? The second way is called a binary cycle bonus. So in order for you to start taking advantage of this, you have to be active at 300 points. So if we look back at this, if you want to start the second way of making money, that binary team commission, make sure that you do at least the advanced package, or you upgrade to the advanced package if you've been part of Lifewave for a while. Something else I'd like to tell you, if you're on here and let's say that you started as a silver and you've been on auto shipment for 6 months, guess what? You already have over 300, because that 300 points, they look at retroactively. So if you have been in auto shipment for 2, 3, 4 months, guess what? You already have that 300 BV and you are ready to start building that team. Okay. So how do you build? You start with 2 people on your right, 2 people on your left. Think of 4 people you know right now that want to be better, faster, stronger, increase their stem cells, get out of pain, right? Look younger. Think of 4. Yeah, I know you all probably thinking 40, but just think of 4. Okay. And start with those 2 on the right, 2 on the left. And when they order, make sure that they do at least that core package, which is the smallest pack. If they want to build a business with you, encourage them to do the advanced so that they're active at 300 BV so they can start building their team out right away. Okay. If they just want to get started to try it, get them started on core. Let them have that product experience because we know they're going to have one. So what happens is all of those orders, whether it's those packages, the core, the advanced, the premium, whether it's the auto shipment orders, whatever's running through the business on your right and left leg, all of that accounts for BV, or business volume. When you have 660 volume on one leg and 330 volume on the other leg, that's considered one cycle in Lifewave. That's worth $50. And so what will happen is, as these people are ordering and they're sponsoring friends and family and loved ones, and they're sponsoring friends and family and loved ones, you'll see that business volume coming through your team, and you'll say, $50. Wow, it says I made $100. Wow, it says I made $150, because those cycles are being subtracted for every 990 points. They're paying you $50 on each one. So you don't have to keep track of that, by the way, thank God. The back office does it all for you. When you're looking at the comp plan for the maximum cycle payout weekly, as a manager, you can make $1,500 weekly. That's your max payout that they'll pay you. Director is $2,500 a week. Senior director is $3,500 a week. And again, this is all because the cycles are going up. Executive director is $7,500 a week. Presidential director, we just had Cynthia Sauer on our team hit presidential director. She's a piano teacher, right? Bam! You think that an extra $12,500 a week is going to impact a piano teacher's life? I mean, come on, right, guys? Massively. And then, of course, and she's got some redemptive purposes. Her husband was killed during the pandemic by the medical establishment. So she's finding some major redemption in sharing this phototherapy technology. So she is loving every second of getting people well. Senior presidential director, $25,000 a week. And we've got many, many people earning that. So the sky is the limit. You can make a little bit of money just to pay for your patches. You can make a moderate amount of money, to pay for your patches and buy eggs. Or you can go take it all the way to the top and make as much money as you really want to. And, I look at Cynthia Sauer. She's been in the business 16 months and she's earning that kind of money. It's really quite phenomenal. And she's signing up the priests and the nuns and the Amish. She said, I've got a huge Amish team. She also signed up a gal whose husband is an MD down in Texas, and that team is exploding in Texas because they've seen such amazing healing miracles with that team. So anyway, so it can be anyone from Amish to the doctors' wives, or to the piano teachers. Anybody can build this thing. And so matching bonus, the third way of earning is matching bonus. Now remember, each of these is separate. You can get paid all 6 ways if you're on a 2 sleeve or 110 volume monthly auto ship. Okay. First matching bonus is 25%. So that means if you're on here today, the person who sponsored you, if you start making money on that binary commission, your sponsor is going to earn 25% check match of what you do. So of course that means your sponsor wants you to make a lot of money, right? Because does your sponsor want to make 50 cents or $5,000? Okay, I'll go $5,000. So if you're on here today and you're saying, hey, I got people that would do this. When they go to your website and they enroll on your team and join your team to be a wholesale member brand partner, you're going to get a 25% check match on them. So let's say you sign up your chiropractor and they want to share with all their patients. Let's say they're earning $1,000 a week. You're going to get a 25% check match on that. That'd be $250 check match for you. which is awesome, right? And then let's say that chiropractor signs up one of his patients and that patient has fabulous results and starts telling everybody on the pickleball courts. Okay. That's your second line leadership. So the chiropractor would be your first line leadership. The pickleball player would be your second line leadership. Let's say that pickleball player is making $1,000 a week, patching everybody at pickleball, right? Guess what? You're making a 20% check match on that $1,000 that pickleball player's earning. So you get $200 from the pickleball player, 250 from your chiropractor. Do you see how this is working? And then, of course, let's say the pickleball player sponsors, a physical therapist that's playing at the courts all the time, and that person is rocking and rolling. So look at this, a 20% check match on that third line leadership as well. So 25% for the people that you directly sponsor. Everybody that they sponsor is your second line. You get a 20% check match of team commissions. And then the third line is everybody that they sponsor, and that's a 20% check match as well. So I love that matching bonus because it's unlimited. Say it with me, unlimited. Who wants to make unlimited income? Raise your hand. I'm not saying $25,000 cap is bad. Okay, it's good. But I like unlimited better. So retail profit, they also can go to your website and just become a retail customer or a preferred customer. When they do that, they do not fall on your binary team. So you will not see them fall on that team, but you will make a bonus on them if they purchase at your website that way. Okay. And of course, they have the regional incentive trips that they're giving away globally. I cannot wait. We've got so many people. I can't wait to see my friend Fred, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. We are going to have so much fun in the sun there. So we've got a lot of people. I think nearly 100 from our team won that trip. But don't worry, there'll be regional incentive trips all the time. So as soon as this one takes place, they're going to announce the next one where you guys can start earning for that. We had some people that were part of the business for only 1 month and earned the trip. True story. So they said, oh, I can win a trip. How do I do it? And they went and did it. So it was really awesome. It's not just for people who have been here the longest or the highest rank. Really, with these trips, anybody can win them. All right. Again, you can decide what is right for you. Is it the core, the advanced, or the premium pack? Make sure you talk to who invited you on here. That person is your sponsor, and they will help you to get rocking and rolling at the best possible price. So let me see what we got up in the chat. Do you guys have any questions? One final thing, if you're on here and you're saying, hey, you know what? I really do want to do this, but I need to just learn a little bit more about the business. One great business tool for all of you to go to, let me show you, is when you go to the website, This Is It team. So remember earlier I told you This Is It info? The two websites that you really need to have roll off your tongue and you need to record them to your memory are This Is It info and This Is It team. This Is It team looks like this. It is wonderful. You can go through there. You can do the onboarding. When you click on Go Manager right here, there is a great video that Steve Merritt just did that talks exactly what you need to do since you just launched your business. How do you go manager? Should I tell you what your goal is in here? Become a manager making machine, right? If you've made a manager, go make another manager. Make another manager, make another manager. That is the secret to success with this business, is making managers. In fact, I just had a friend of mine that was on our team. The next week, they should be a senior presidential director, which is the highest rank. And she just had a team meeting with her team. And she said, I'm going to give away 8 sleeves of X39, 1 sleeve per person who goes manager. And it's just going to be first come, first serve. Whoever goes manager gets a sleeve for free. And so literally while we were on the Zoom meeting, she was announcing this 40 minutes into the Zoom meeting, 3 people that were sitting on the Zoom meeting had gone manager. They wanted to win free patches. So, I mean, that is the power. Sometimes you just got to drop the hammer, have a sense of urgency, and go get it done. And so they were so excited. These people were like that they won the free sleeve. I mean, they were typing in the chat. I literally just sponsored my 4th person and went manager just now. And they were typing in their address so they could send them the patches. But anyway, that's the power of just creating some excitement and creating some momentum. I will tell you this, success loves speed, right? And so if you get out of the gates with this thing, keep your pedal down, keep sharing because you're caring, get excited about it. People are flatlined in the world. And when they see you have a little bit of excitement, they'll be like, what are you on? Tell them, I'm on the patch. You should be too, right? That's what you got to tell them. All right. Any other questions? Thanks for typing in there. This Is It team. So we got This Is It info and This Is It team. And then also remember, we always have Saturday business training at 12 Central, which is what, 6 your time or 7 your time. That should be just a given for all of you business builders. Okay. And that's going to be at the YouTube channel. So go to YouTube, and it's This Is It Team on YouTube. So This Is It Team on YouTube. They have those live Saturday business trainings. And if you missed all of them up until this point, you can go plug in right now. Just go to This Is It Team, click on those business trainings from Saturday, and you will get nugget after nugget after nugget to build a multi-million-dollar business. So awesome that they do those team trainings. All right. So does anybody have any questions or answers? Talk to Belinda because she invited you. I love this new couple that are on. Thank you for hopping on. Make sure you get back with her. She'll help you get started at the wholesale pricing. And if somebody else is watching this later, whoever shared this video with you is your sponsor, and they want you to be well and wealthy. So make sure that you get a hold of them and get started at their link so that they can lead and guide and direct you. And I just want you guys to know the very best is yet to come. We're just getting started. So, all right. Hey, you guys, I did that in under an hour. It's a miracle. It's another miracle. It's another miracle. Because you guys know I love to talk. All right. May the Lord bless you, keep you, and shine his face upon you, be gracious to you. Go download those tools that I told you today if you need them. I showed you where to find them. And this business, remember, you're in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. You're in business with people that want to see you win and succeed. I want you winning. Let's go help some other people win. All right. God bless all of you. Have a great day. Adios.